Don't you hate people who can't take no for an answer and the first time you tell them no, you become the worst person in the world? Yeah. 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 Welcome to the second installment of I Want to Vent. And in this episode, we're gonna touch on how to, say no to somebody or something without feeling, bad or horrible. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So on numerous occasions in the past, I've overextended myself. Like I've stretched myself pretty thin. Whether it was like at work with assignments, taking on extra tasks, the hopes that it will uh, accumulate some work capital for me to get ahead, or just my mom or family, friends, whatever. Like there's been times where like I was mentally tapped or I didn't have it financially, or whatever the case may be. And despite all that, I still didn't say no because I felt bad for whatever reason. But that was in the past. So now I like to take the realistic approach, and I'm a big believer in not over promising and under delivering. And I notice that happens when I can't say no to people. So no more of that. People like will make you feel, or you may think that they're making you feel that um, you're not of value to them anymore because you told them no. Well, fuck them. Like, like okay, if the one time I tell you no, it's an issue, or you know whatever the case may, you feel some type of way. I don't care, and nor should you, because think about it this way: you're the best author of your own story, so nobody knows you like you know you, right? So if you know that you got a lot going on already, and for whatever reason people just can't seem to understand that, then distance yourself from them. And that's may sound pretty extreme and harsh, but as you grow and as you develop, the older you get, the more you start to certain things become more and more important to you, like setting boundaries, sorry. So I remember back in high school, and share a quick story, and I'll use my friend, who I won't name, as an example, for not saying no going bad. So as a hobby, he would write and he would record, he would rap, do all of that on the side. And now he's a music producer, and is just doing his thing. So what I realized from afar, and part of it was like peer pressure. People were telling like, yo, because back in my high school, so we had this thing called rites of passage. So for like 2 class periods, we'd meet in the lunchroom and we'd have people come to speak, right? So two famous people. Well, I don't remember the second one. The first one was Pee Wee Kirkland. He Do your Googles. You'll find out who that is real quick. He would come and talk to us, telling us what growing up in the streets was like. His ball career. Going against the United States, federal government for drug case, et cetera, et cetera. I bring that to highlight the place that it took place. So everybody was pretty much egging him on to like, yo, go rap, go rap, go rap, so on and so forth. We were like in ninth grade, 10th grade, sophomore year, whatever. And I can, tell he didn't want to like really do it, but it was just the fact that he didn't really want to say no. And then it was just that moment where you don't want to be that guy. And he had to go against somebody who was a little bit more seasoned than he was. And he kind of got smoked. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like long story quick and short, like he got smoked. Now that's more on the lighter side of, not saying no when you don't really feel like it, when you really didn't want to do it. But he told me that's something that stuck with him because over the years you realize like, yo, if you give people an inch, they will take a mile. Like, no doubt about it. So with that being said, sometimes, and I know I keep saying a lot. That's a bad habit of mine. I'm gonna try to cut back on that. Sometimes you don't want to take that phone call from your mom or whoever because you just had a really stressful day, and at the same time you may not want to not take the call because you may feel like, yo, that's my mom or whoever. No, listen to yourself. Like, you have innate wisdom, so listen to that, and just listen to yourself. There's been so many times, and I'm not a man of regret. There's been so many times where looking back, I'm like, okay, not saying no here taught me a valuable lesson. Moving forward, I'm gonna adjust. Now, sometimes a fault of mine is I'm a little bit extreme. So I will take like, okay, this situation, and all right, it won't happen again. And sometimes it's, I've been told, oh, you have an engineer's brain or whatever. That's not true. And I take it to the extreme in certain cases, and that's something I'm trying to actively cut back on. But at the same time, don't be afraid to establish your boundaries. Don't be unapologetic about it. Like, fuck all that. Like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If taking on that extra assignment at work is gonna, ruin your productivity and efficiency, just communicate that. Obviously in a respectful manner. Just let them know, hey, I have this on my plate right now. Fortunately, I can't, take that on, but I will, get to that. It's however you want to finesse it. It's important that you put you first. Like, if you don't, nobody will. Like, just put you first. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. I've been seeing that often, and I don't feel like it's talked about enough. Saying no and not feeling bad about it. So yeah, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Like, no. Like, nobody's, God forbid, nobody's putting a gun to your head saying like, oh, you got to do this, oh, you got to do this. So yeah, that's really that in a nutshell. Like, who cares if they don't like you no more? Those are the people you don't fuck them. Like, they're just there to take up space, and it's parasitic is what I like to call those kind of like relationships. It's like, okay, a one-way street. Like, I'm doing this. Now, I'm not saying go out and be an asshole to everybody. That's not what this is. This is for people who can't really seem to, establish boundaries properly, or are afraid to, and enforce those boundaries. This is for you. You may say like, yo, bozo, you don't know me, whatever, you don't know my situation, cool. But I've been in situations where I feel like it's super relatable. So that being said, don't feel any kind of way. And I know it's easier said than done, and the human mind doesn't work that way, but don't feel bad about saying no. But yeah, quick short video, and next installment we're gonna touch on secret animosity amongst cohort, whether that's friend or work group, whatever, and how that leads to a lot of different things like counting favors, which I despise, but I'll touch on that next video. But yeah, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Really helps me out a lot, and I appreciate you guys. And I'm looking to build the audience, obviously. So I'm on my own right now, trying to build this thing up. So hopefully, it goes places. But yeah, with that being said, that was the end of episode 2. Saying no and not feeling bad about it. because I know I don't anymore. Take care, guys.